If your brain wakes up when you go to sleep, this video is for you. You do not have problem with sleeping. You have issue with transition. I'm recording this for people who cannot sleep at night and who have active brain. On purpose, I will not be using the term ADHD because I think it's outdated. It doesn't reflect the issue that people have. It is a disservice for women who have active brain, so I'll be using this term active brain. We could also say curious brain or nervous system that is motivated by novelty, curiosity. It has high idea generation. The brain always generates ideas. There's a lot of thinking, there is a parallel thinking, there's a lot of thought trains that are departing from the central station and they go different directions, some come back, some never come back. Also fast associations. Ability to see patterns, ability to connect things is very high. It's one of the reasons why there are so many of those trains of thoughts. And also poor braking system. That means that nervous system goes to stress situation easily, stays there longer, and it's difficult to get out of there. It's difficult to push the brake. Most sleep advice that I hear is designed for calm brain. It is absolutely useless for people with active brain. All those suggestions, to have routine. What routine? Every day for a person with active brain is a new life. It's not possible to have routine. It's another mental task. And, active brain has a lot of tasks even without this. So I'll give you 5 suggestions that I use myself. And also I suggest it to my clients and my students. I teach integrative nutrition, and in integrative nutrition, sleep and circadian rhythms, they are perceived as a vital condition for good nutrition. Because if we don't sleep, it's very difficult to absorb nutrients from food, even from the best food. The first suggestion would be to stop trying to empty the mind or calm your mind. Instead, give the mind a task. I meditate, and sometimes meditation helps, but most of the time not. It really helps me when I go on a retreat, 10 days of Vipassana meditation course. We meditate there from 10 to 12 hours. At the evening, not only body, but also mind is exhausted. I sleep like a baby. At 10 o'clock, I'm already sleeping. At 4 o'clock, I wake up. That shows how the body, even of someone who has overactive mind, is adaptable, can adapt in certain situations, but on a normal day, mind cannot be as exhausted. So the body is exhausted, the mind is not exhausted. On the contrary, everything comes down, there's night, there's calmness, and now the mind has the ability to be as loud as possible. Thought suppression increases arousal. It's kind of contradiction, but the body of someone who has an active mind, it is like full of contradictions. So brain treats silence as a command to search for information. So everything is calm. Yeah, now we can work on something. What can we do? We can do some mental activity that is kind of boring. We can count something. We can make lists like animals that starts from all cities that you've ever visited. Think in details about those cities. Think about all airports you visited. Try to count something that has high number, but still countable. Counting ships is possible, but doesn't work for everyone. The other way to go is opposite direction. Think about impossible things. What is impossible to you? What feels impossible? I imagine my favorite client signing nutrition consultancy contract with me and paying me more than I want. I imagine people discussing my first book. I imagine we have clean energy now and we can get rid of this fossil fuel industries and of their impact on politics. I imagine world peace, and I also open my gluten-free bakery. But you think of things that are relevant to you. Think about it. Let's say you like someone and this person doesn't like you, or even doesn't know about you, maybe some celebrity. Think about this person. Imagine that you meet this person, for, coffee. What do you talk about with them? Where do you go? I mean, I'm not suggesting anything. Just think about something that never happened and most probably will never happen. And you will see what this does to your brain. One way to go is boring one, counting things, making lists. The other one is exciting. It depends on personality, on the brain type, and also on the day which road will work best. But try both. Also, listening to some audiobook that you already listen to may work. Something that is on edge, like between boring and a bit exciting. Not too exciting, but not boring enough. This is the middle path. Second thing, I have suspicion that you exercise in the evening. Maybe you're running, maybe you're jogging, maybe you're doing weightlifting. You have this idea that if you make yourself tired, that will help you to sleep. And that may work for a few nights, but doesn't work anymore. It's only logical that it doesn't work anymore, because for people with active brain, the body, if you make it very tired with exercise, it actually increases the cortisol production in the body, and then it's impossible to sleep. You are tired, but you are wired. Physical fatigue doesn't mean mental fatigue. My stretching is okay, but this over-exercising, I don't think it will do good. Yeah, it's better to do it in the morning or during the day. How to make us exhausted mentally? So we need to do some, again, boring stuff. Not too exciting, but not too boring. Again, maybe reading something not really engaging. There are books that you like to read, but there are books that you could read and you maybe have them, you already bought them, or you brought from the library, but you don't read them because now you're reading something more fun. Try to read a few pages of those books that do not excite you that much. Or you can go to some creative things if you have them and try to organize those things. Instead of creating more, organizing them, putting in some spreadsheet, something, or doing something that you already know how to do. That could exhaust you. For me, learning new words of the language that I'm studying at the moment is that type of activity. Learning a new language is very exciting. Meeting my teacher every week is very exciting. Writing those exercises, mildly exciting. Learning words, I find it boring. So I do that. Code words for that suggestion is mildly boring, a little bit exciting activity that would push your mind into fatigue instead of physical exercise. Third tip would be do what you don't want to do. You want to go sleep? Do something that is opposite. Delay your sleep. Delay your sleep on purpose. Why? Because you have contrarian in yourself. People who have overactive brain or active brain, overactive comparing to other people, people who have active brain, they usually have the partisan in themselves. They want autonomy. They don't like to be told what to do. So now you are telling yourself, I need to sleep, I need to sleep, I need to sleep. And your inner partisan, your inner gorilla says, no, I don't think so. It's better to get rid of this pressure, because this pressure leads to nowhere. It doesn't give result. Just like other people, if they put pressure on you, you resist this pressure and you do your own thing. All life you have been doing this. The same is with the self-talk. If you give yourself orders to sleep, you go against those orders. So pressure increases alertness. So what do we do instead? We create buffer zones. So what's your ideal time? When would you like to go to sleep? Me personally, I would like to go to sleep at 10 p.m. That would be ideal. It doesn't happen. So I make this buffer time between 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. I know that I have this contrarian in me that helps me to resist authoritarian pressure, that helps me to find bosses that are mobbing people. This same contrarian will not sleep if I give this order to sleep. So I give this contrarian the permission. Sleep whatever you want. And if you sleep at midnight or at 1 p.m. or even at 2 p.m. or even at 3 p.m., it's okay. It's okay. Be okay with it. Instead of saying, oh, I want to sleep, I will go to sleep today at midnight, I need to sleep because I need to wake up in the morning. Try other self-talk. Try to tell yourself, I'm not trying to sleep yet. Sit in bed, read with the very, very, very low light. There's no goal. The only thing we do, we try to reduce performance anxiety. So sleep is a performance for us. It's a transition for us. So we have this anxiety that we will not perform well. Tell ourselves that whatever, whatever, whatever. We have this body, is the only body that we have. And this is biology. Active brain resists forced shutdown. It resists everything that is forced. So try to cooperate with your brain, and the brain will cooperate more likely or more eagerly when the control will be removed. Another thing, there is one signal that the brain likes in the evening. The signal is called done. It's done. For active brain, it's almost impossible because we have so many things going on in our head. And because there are so many of them, it's impossible to get everything done. It's not only impossible because of like your personality. No, it's impossible for a human being. In 5D, fifth dimension, maybe it's possible to accomplish everything. But because there are so many thoughts and there are so many tabs open, it's impossible to finish everything. But it's possible to finish one thing. So during the night, if I cannot sleep and I feel that nothing helps, thinking about impossible thing doesn't help, lists doesn't help, calming myself and saying, okay, you can not sleep as long as you want, doesn't help, then I go to my computer, I open my computer and do something like write some email that I delayed, just one email, and it gives my brain the signal, done. One thing is done. If I don't have an email I need to write, I think, oh, could I record a video for YouTube? This is what I'm doing now. Nobody needs this video. Nobody asked me to do this video, but I will do this. I will finish it. And my brain will have this, oh, it's done, it's done. So the brain is struggling because there are so many open loops, those unfinished narratives, especially if you have this operational system that ruminates on what you said, what you did, and what you could have been doing better or saying better. So there's a lot of those open narratives. Even the fear of forgetting ideas, day is over. And for the active brain, it feels like end of the world. It's like shutting down. It feels dangerous. So one thing needs to be closed. If you don't want to have a YouTube channel, then maybe you could, again, write something like a journal. It doesn't have to be written by hand. You can write like a voice journal. You can also write some, list 2 or 3 or 5 things, your major thoughts from today. So many trains of thoughts. Can you name 3 or 5 trains that were the most impressive today? Or can you write 3 things that can wait of those things that you thought today about? Or maybe what I would like to remember tomorrow. Just could be anything like abstract. 3 impossible things that will never happen to me. It could be very good things, it could be bad things, but I would suggest to think positively. So just some closure. Sleep improves when the brain feels temporarily relieved from responsibility. Temporarily. The last tip would be to sleep in segments. If you think about your day, when is the time that you feel sleepy? For me, it's about 6 o'clock. I live in the northern part of the world. Now it's December. The day doesn't start at all. It's like gray, dark outside. We could say that we have a bit of light, but this light is over at 2 p.m. 3 p.m. is like deep evening. 6 p.m. feels like midnight. At 6 p.m. I want to sleep, but I don't go to sleep. Why? Because I think, okay, if I now go to sleep, then I will wake up probably at 7 p.m. or at 8 p.m. And then what? Then I will not be able to sleep at all. I stress myself out and I don't go to sleep. And then at 9, at 10 again, I can do everything. But earlier, before electricity, people would sleep in segments. Even in Middle Ages, they would sleep in segments. So I remember when I read for the first time about this 2-phase sleep, and I tried it. I liked it. It doesn't work every day because for active brain, no day is the same as the previous day. So every day is a bit different. But this autumn, there were a few days when I slept in segments, One day I slept from 6 to 11 and then again from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. And I felt amazing. Amazing, because the number of hours that I slept was perfect. I didn't feel tired at all. I didn't feel guilty because I gave myself permission. I encouraged myself to sleep whatever I want. And of course, I am privileged. My lifestyle is at the moment that I can do this. And not everyone can do this, but if you live alone by yourself, you can try it and see what happens. It kind of removes the guilt, this understanding that in different cultures, in different times, people sleep differently. Now, when we have this electricity that is all the time on and is kind of disrupting our circadian rhythms, and also we spend a lot of time inside, we do not have enough daylight, which is not the same as sunlight. So our circadian rhythms are messed up and we blame ourselves. We shouldn't. We need to do more experiments. And what else this 2-segment sleep does is it removes this guilt, this thinking that if I wake up in the middle of the night, that means I have insomnia. No, people would sleep like that ages ago, before electricity. Maybe you just have ancient body. And overactive brain usually signals that you have ancient body that would benefit from long walks, even during dark days, that would benefit from very, very simple, natural food. And maybe this 2-segment sleep would also be beneficial. Also important that during this wake time, like between those 2 segments of sleep, we do not use electricity if possible. Like if you have candles, use candles. If you have some dim lights, use dim lights, but not those overhead white sharp lights, because they would disrupt everything. What activities we could learn from people from Middle Ages or from ancient times, what they would do? They would have conversation, they would work a bit, you know, in the candlelight. They would also pray or meditate. So they would do some activities, but no decision making, probably no very, very active stuff, and no bright lights. Many active brains follow this rhythm. It really helps us, even if we do not consciously following this 2-segment sleep. If we wake up during the night, instead of thinking, oh, again, I woke up, now I will not be able to sleep, you just think, oh, I'm ancient body, I'm ancient human, I sleep in segments. It will take away the pressure from your sleep. So main message of this video is, if you have active brain, many of those suggestions that are designed for calm brain will not work for you. You do not have problem with sleeping. You have issue with transition. Transition is difficult for active brain because it has no brakes. It's like very, very advanced car that, yeah, has some issue with brakes, but it can go very fast. So you have this amazing car in your head. So we need to take away pressure, give some temporary relief for the brain, and also we need to normalize variability. One day would be different from the other day. Nothing is the same. Every day for us is like a new life. Everything that for other people is like routine and they don't even think about that, for us it's a task. We brush our teeth, it's a task. We make our bed, it's a task. It's a lot of tasks. Our brain is just doing so many things. So we just need to remove the shame and to thank our brain for this amazing work. And also, if your brain wakes up at night, know that you are not alone. Probably I'm also not sleeping. There are millions of us. So give your brain a job to imagine all of us, those millions of people with active brain not sleeping now at this particular moment. Imagine us from one country to another country, from one continent to another continent. I think your brain may love this task and you will fall asleep in no time.